Good morning, sunshine. What is that one thing you've been putting off and you can't execute? Do you know that one thing? And if there was a way to find out, then it's time for you to join me on my journey. Welcome back to my channel and to my 13th of 30 videos to shine imperfectly here on YouTube. I'm doing this video because I have decided to do that one thing first. Now, over the past few days, we've been discussing ways to design or redesign our life, and we've been using our journals to write down our why, our purpose, our goals, our dreams, our passions, our priorities, values, and maybe even created a one-page business plan. And this week we are planning ahead and staying focused. Now, yesterday's video we talked about organizing and how it is easier to work in an environment of zen and flow. And this is why part of my strategy is to organize my space, because yes, we are told to bloom where we are planted, but we want to make sure that we are planted on good soil to reach our maximum potential. So of course, we know by now that an organized environment can make you feel happier and more relaxed. Now, being disorganized is like a heavy load that you carry and weighs you down and paralyzes you. We can go into depths with organizing, and it's not only our space, but everything from cleaning our minds, our homes, our PCs, our phones, our apps, calendar, our to-do list, and maybe even our friends. But I prefer to go through it in simple, executable steps that make sense to all of us, because busyness does not always mean business. So in today's video, we will discuss using a planner to get strategic with our macro and micro goals. Now, that's in my first week videos, and I will provide a link in the description below, and you can go back to it. Now, these videos are step-by-step strategies on how to shine imperfectly, like me here on YouTube, by doing what we love. So join me, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So listen up. It's not about doing more, but doing less that gives us more. In the book Strategic Mindset by Thibaut Maurice, we can learn how to be strategic producers by using our time to achieve maximum results with minimum effort. So it's like the book 80-20 rule, but we will talk about that in another video. So strategic mindset is making sure that whatever we do at any point in time is connected with our overall vision. So this requires us to be more clear on big goals or our why and stay focused on doing effective tasks. A strategic mindset is really the ability to focus and avoid the shiny object syndrome. With that same mindset, we learn to approach our daily tasks more effectively and quickly in order to achieve our goals. So the way I see it, it's result-driven activities daily. How do we become a strategic thinker? How do we start? Number one, we need to be clear and identify that one thing we should pursue that would make all the difference. So we need to really focus on one goal at a time. Like the Russian proverb says, if you chase two rabbits, you will not catch either one. Now, I've done this in way too many times in the past, and yes, I learned the hard way. Now, because I am a multi-passionate person and I have mastered being a multitasker for many years, I can use that talent to my strategic advantage as long as the tasks are in sync with my long-term goals. It is like catching one rabbit with two of me. Number two, another way to be a strategic thinker is to look at how we can learn from our experiences and always have a growth mindset. I approached my video challenge knowing that it will be messy and imperfect and that I can learn from it. Number three, strategic thinking also requires us to be intentional with our routines. We create good habits by doing the right things versus doing things right. This is effectiveness versus efficiency. So these are just a few ways to think strategically, and it requires practice. Today's assignment is to get strategic with our daily tasks that meet our long-term goals. And we can't have goals without a planner, right? So let's get a planner. Now, there are many types of planners to choose from. We can either use apps like Google Calendar, Todoist, Asana, to name a few. I still prefer the old Jurassic way, the physical planner. It's only because I like to write and check things off. So to me, a physical planner is another strategic quick method to remove friction, because going on an app planner makes it so easy to get distracted and open Facebook or email instead. Perhaps it's best to wait to use an app or later on when we're a bit more disciplined and focused, and we can discuss systems and technology to use to our advantage. But I would still definitely keep the physical planner as a companion. Normally, I would create my own customized planner, but instead, I decided to use my journal as my daily planner during my 30 days challenge. Again, it's a strategic way to keep my task at very minimum so I can focus. I've also stopped with my to-do list because it's ineffective and I will only use it for specific projects. As you can see, this is all part of strategic thinking. For now, if you don't have a planner, use the journal that you've been working on with me during this challenge. Now, in your journal, let's plan strategically ahead to maximize our productivity. So spend some time to answer these key questions. It will help you think of that one thing and to focus on strategies and achieve it. So here are the questions. Number 1, write 20 things you want to do or become in life. Ask yourself, what do I really want? And don't overthink it and just write it down without judgment, meaning that only you know this secretly. So go for it. No one is there to judge you but you, okay? So make sure there are 20 things. Now, picture yourself in the next 12 months doing it or achieving all these things. Really visualize it, feel it, and see what really excites you. What would make a huge impact in your life? How does it feel? Write it down and take your time with your answers, okay? Number 2, take the 20 things and start eliminating the least important things until you only have 3 left. Perhaps some things on your list are a duplicate or you're already doing it. One of my mentors taught me how to eliminate properly. For example, he made me realize that more family time on my list just meant a matter of balance, so I took that off my list. He also made me see that more time to travel, to be creative, and read books just meant I needed more freedom, which translated to financial freedom. So he made me see that money or financial freedom needed to go back on my top 3 list. So go ahead and think about it. Let me know in the comments what your top 3 are, okay? Now, number 3, this is the last question. What's one thing that you can do this year that will help you get closer to those 3 things on your list? What is that one thing that would make all the difference and make you feel like a winner? Sometimes it is the one thing that scares you the most. It could be the one thing you've always wanted to do. So for me, it was to be present here on YouTube, even if it's imperfectly, because in my mind, if no one knows me, then they can't trust me, right? So I needed to become visible first, and that's the one thing I needed to do first. Remember that it's just a 1-year goal, okay, and not a long-term goal. So it's one thing for the year. Okay, now that you know what to do, it's time to start planning around that one thing. Don't worry, you're not gonna be alone. If you stick with me, it's just the beginning. So there's a lot to learn, but each little step we take adds to something big at the end, I promise you. So that's it for today's lesson. Don't forget to sign up to be put on my wait list for freebies. The link is below. Until then, I'll ever see you in the next video. Bye for now.